Hello, and welcome to Simple Mystic Miracles Witchcrafts. Today we are going to craft a powerful do-it-yourself protection jar. I absolutely love getting artsy and craftsy with my witchcraft. This powerful protection jar is going to give you magical shielding and protection for you, your loved ones, and familiars, as well as the place that you live, surrounding your entire home in protective energy. This simple witchcraft technique has been used since the 16th century to protect against evil intentions and malevolent energies. This is a fun and artsy craftsy way of doing a magical spell. Today I'm going to take you through the ingredients that you need for this magical protection jar, as well as the 3 steps of how to construct your jar. Plus, I will give you some magical chants to say over your jar to really seal in a protective and divine intention into your jar. I'm Rebecca Phoenix, and I'm a teacher for Simple Mystic Miracles. Thank you for joining me today for some witchcrafts. Before we dive into constructing our do-it-yourself protection jars, I wanted to offer a bit of history around protection jars and the benefits of making and utilizing protection jars. Why be a crafty witch and make one of these anyway? Protection jars are based in old folk magic and were used to protect against witches and what was believed to be their malintent and any evil or malevolent energies. So we all know they probably weren't evil, but this was the thought around these jars. These jars have been found buried in homes in both England and the United States and have varying ingredients such as human urine, fingernails and hair, red wine, rosemary, pins and needles, and nails. Don't worry though, I won't make you put your urine in yours, unless you want to. As modern witches, we can use this wonderful folk magic to discreetly and energetically protect our homes and all of those who reside with us. Burying these jars out on the perimeter of your property is a wonderful way to surround your space in protection without anyone even knowing the jar is there. These jars can also be made to look pretty and can add to your witchy decor on your altar or around your house. It is your choice whether to bury it on your property or hide it or bury it somewhere discreet in your home, or you can leave it out on display anywhere that feels good, like it will hold that protection energy. So follow your own intuition with this. And as a bonus, they are super fun and simple to make. Now let's go over our magical ingredients for our powerful protection jar. Ingredient number 1, any jar. This could be a repurposed jar, which is what I use. I believe this is an old pickle jar. I love doing this because it really helps to support Mother Earth when we reuse and recycle. Ingredient number 2 is going to be rosemary. So this is going to be to chase away any malicious energy. You can substitute this rosemary for culinary sage or any kitchen herb that clears away. Ingredient number 3 is going to be bay leaves, and this is going to surround and protect the space. And you can substitute this with dill, oregano, or cloves. And then ingredient number 4, you're going to want 3 hardware nails. So this is to impale and impede malicious energy. So you can substitute with pins and needles or anything small and sharp. Magical ingredient number 5 is going to be your own spit or a piece of fingernail or a piece of your hair. So this is going to represent bringing in your own power of your own higher self and your own spirit to protect you and your space and your loved ones. So really activating your own protective energy, which I really love. Ingredient number 6 is going to be a piece of rock from around the perimeter of your home or building. So this is going to create a strong boundary that is fortified like a rock and also represents the energy of the perimeter of your space. So you can substitute this with a piece of cement or hard dried dirt or anything that is solid around the perimeter of your space. Ingredient number 7 is going to be a red piece of thread or string, and this is to represent the blood and life force of all who are benevolent who reside within your space to be protected. Ingredient number 8 is going to be some red sealing wax or a red candle to seal in the protective energy. My recommendation is you may want a piece of cardboard to go underneath it because we all know how messy melty wax can get. And ingredient number 9, which is your final ingredient, is going to be silver wire to wrap around the jar. And this is going to represent wrapping your space in divine light and divine protective energy. So you can substitute the wire for a silver piece of thread or a silver chain. Okay, let's get started constructing this protection jar. So step 1, you're going to put in each ingredient individually and really hold the intention of each ingredient before you put it into your jar. For example, charge the rosemary in your hands with the intent to chase away malevolent energy. Really feel that intention and then drop the rosemary in. So for bay leaves, we're really going to set the intention for surrounding and protecting our space. Remember to really feel that intention as you're holding those bay leaves. And then we're going to add our 3 hardware nails. So we're setting the intention for these to impale and impede malicious energy, which I love. So really set that intention with these nails. And now you're going to add your own spit or a piece of your fingernail or a piece of your hair, like a little strand of your hair. And so like you can't really see mine, it's a very small little strand of hair. So you're going to set the intention to bring in the power of your own spirit and higher self to protect you and your space and your loved ones. And then put that in the jar. Okay, your next ingredient is going to be a piece of rock from around the perimeter of your home or building, and you're going to set the intention to create a strong boundary that is fortified like a rock and also represents the energy of the perimeter of your space. And then your last ingredient you're going to put in there is the red piece of thread or string or twine, and you're really going to set the intention to represent the blood and life force of all who are benevolent who reside within this space to be protected. And then you're going to put your lid on your jar and close up your jar. So step 2 is to seal our jar with that red sealing wax or the red candle, whatever you chose there. And as you're sealing your jar with that wax, you're really going to feel all of those protective energies that you just set really sealing into this jar, really remaining potent and charged within your jar. So really setting that intention that you're sealing all of that protective energy in. And as you do this, you can chant something like this: Jar of might, protect me in the night as well as the day. Help to keep malicious and evil energy at bay. So I'm going to say this 9 times because it's a shorter chant, and I really love to feel the buildup of the energy with shorter chants. So for step number 3, we're now going to wrap our jar with the silver wire, setting the intention of bringing in divine light and divine protection, really wrapping our space up in that divine light and divine protection. So I have a chant for you for this as well, and you can chant this 3 times if you want as you wrap your wire, or as many times, of course, as feels good to you. Wire of silver, give evil spirits a shiver, and surround me with the light of the divine. With this twine, I wrap around the divine. May they shine their faces upon my home in whichever way is in the highest good. Now you're going to shake up your jar and all of the ingredients in it to really activate your jar, really feeling that protective energy of the spell come to life as you shake this jar. So set an intention for this jar to now be activated with that wonderful protective energy. And whenever you feel like you need to reactivate more protective energy with this jar, you can definitely break the seal and add in more of your herbs and pieces of your hair and fingernails or spit if you want, just re-energizing the spell. And then you're going to seal it back up again and shake it again. You can also shake it anytime you feel like you need extra boost of protective energy. Thank you so much for joining me today for this fun, artsy, craftsy, witchcrafts, do-it-yourself protection jar. I absolutely love doing this with you guys. For more witchy tips like these, visit our blog linked in the description below, and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more content like this, as well as subscribe to our channel and set up your notifications so you never miss a witchy tip from us. Thank you so much. Blessed be.